Hello and welcome to David Photography. Today we have the knife and we have a parcel. And it says, please don't bend. So, as you can take it, either Funko Pops have become really thin or this isn't a Funko Pop. Okay, so let's start. It's unopened, just got it. So we'll open the box as quickly as we can so we can get in and see the goodness inside. But not only have they got it stuck down with sellotape, but they've got it stuck down with glue as well. And the knife doesn't got the glue. But the hand does. The hand is mightier than the glue. So, as you take it, this is from Forbidden Planet. And what I have here, not need the box, flying box. What we have here are a number of items. In total, six items. These 6 items make up what we see is something different other than the pops or my coins or anything else that I seem to have the idea of collecting. Now, what we have here is something that I got from Forbidden Planet before with some pops. So if you haven't seen it, there's a video that shows what I got from Forbidden Planet. But I thought, let's do something a little bit different. Let's do something that shows that if you want to spend a certain amount of money, like buying 3 Funko Pops and spending £27 and I think it's 28p, that you have another alternative to spending that on buying 3 pops and getting something that you don't know what's going to turn up and you don't know how much it's going to be worth. So what I did was I went on to the Forbidden Planet website and we picked up the comics. Now, these aren't the standard comics. These were got at the sale price, the cheapest price that they are selling them at. But they're not ordinary comics. So let's have a closer look and you will see why they're not ordinary comics. Yeps, right there is a signature. These comics, all of them, are signed comics. They are signed by either the person who did the pictures, the writer, or one of the others. So that was the first one. Second signed one. Signatures there. And it has the signature stamp here. They're all in their envelopes with white card behind. So I don't have to do anything further with them. I don't have to go to any more expense to change that. Now I'll leave that one to last. And that one. And we'll continue with this one. Signatures here and up here. Now, if you take it, why did I pick these? Because they were on sale? Yes, because they were the cheapest ones there was. I didn't pick them because of what they are. I picked them because they had signatures on and they were cheap. And when I say cheap, I mean cheap. I didn't realise this one was so hard, and it's been wrapped in a plastic bag. So carefully take it out. Now, it got signed on the inner page, not on the front cover. See, nice big signature there. So, I didn't actually realise that this was a book when I ordered it, because I just seen the front bit of it. But I don't mind. It could just be a simple comic, or it could be a book it has a signature on. And so I went for the cheapest, which were, I think the cheapest was $1.99, and I think the dearest was something like £3.50 or £4. But the thing comes is that the price of the comics or the book by themselves were probably that price anyway. This one has 2 signatures on. I noticed that this one doesn't have a back card on it. But some are done by the artist, some are done by the writer. And when I got this one is quite special. It has more than just the comic. There is this artwork which is separate from the comic in, and not only that, but it has a second comic. You would have thought this would be the most expensive. I think it was like £3 odd, but it came with the separate artwork which is in, and the signatures on it, and the signatures on the artwork, and they're all signed. So I got all these 6 items, and it was just over £20. These, as I said, were the cheapest ones, other than the ones that I picked up the last time that Forbidden Planet had. Now, you might be going, well, they're not big names. Yeah, but sometimes big names sign a lot of things. And when they sign a lot of things, then that makes their signature less worth what it is. Now, they're cheap, so I could just physically put that in a picture frame and have a signed art photo. But since they're low cost, if I bought everything at £3-4, the signatures are therefore probably free, looking at how much the comics were. So this one's got £4 on its corner. I'm seeing how much it was when it first came out, and I have it signed. So, although I don't know who these people are, they're still signed items. So to someone will know who these people are, and someone will think them higher than what they are worth. The thing comes is that I watched a number of videos about signed comics and signed Funkos, and someone went to the Welsh Comic Con, and to get people to sign like the bigger name ones, you were looking at somewhere between £25 and even £80 just to get one signature, and you had to pay extra if you wanted to have a picture as well. These prices are ridiculous. How can you imagine that if this was a big name on this comic and you're going to pay £50 to have someone sign this comic, that the comic then is the value of the signature as well as the value of what the comic is, plus a bit more, plus your time for physically getting to this place, for getting the signature. It doesn't seem to be quite right, you know. you just have to work out, that sometimes you think it's supposed to give you more value, but maybe it doesn't. Now, all these were signed probably at Forbidden Planet. Forbidden Planet do a lot of signings, mostly at their London branch or branches, and we can't get, most people here can't get to that signing and don't want to spend hours in queues waiting for a signature. So we can pick up the odd one or two, and if we don't pay much for them, if we're only paying £2 or £3, which is technically the face value of what the comic is anyway, it is costing us nothing to get the signature. So if you can get a comic for a couple of pound with a signature, then that fulfills two different types of people: the ones who collect comics and the ones who like collecting signatures. So therefore you have a bigger market to sell to if you want to sell in the future. Although most of these comics will probably not anytime soon, maybe 5-10 years, be worth more than what they currently are. It is quite surprising when you go on to eBay and all of them sites how you still see even old comics actually not be that much more than what they currently are, when they first came out. And so therefore it's just, once again, you get them because you like having the signature, and then you hope that they go up. But you're down to, these are 6. They take up this much space. They're already wrapped and cupboarded, most of them. So therefore they're not costing you anything more than what you've already got. You can put these away somewhere safe, probably in a hard suitcase or a click box with good airtight, and hope that in the future these will become more valuable. So, do you really want to go out and spend hundreds of pounds on things when, stick to something cheaper? You never know. If this is the name of an artist, you never know this artist becoming really big in 3, 4, 5 years time, and their signature going up in money because you've got an older piece of their work. You can't tell. It was also looked at when in pawnbrokers, when in the 1970s Hamills and all of those went and did signatures on a comic, and they weren't big names at that time. Now they are, and now Star Wars is big, and that comic that was in the Pawn Stars was worth something like $3,000, and it was 30 cents when it was bought, and they got the signatures for nothing probably because they were trying to promote the film. That type of thing happened there, so it doesn't say it can't happen again with something that you bought. This signature on here may not look like much now, but you can't tell what may happen in the future. So that is my box for the day. Something different, and I will continue to just get something different. I will continue to spread my wings to new and smaller and keeping the price down. I am not going to go off and buy £300, £400, £500 single items, because that is putting too much money into a single item, turning around and making you a profit. Even if this was a Stan Lee signature, who technically, when you signed anything, charged $100 to do it. He signed thousands of things, and even though he won't sign anything more, which is a great pity, he signed a lot of things. So therefore there is a lot of his signature around, which really devalues his signature because he would sign anything. So do you really want to put your money in that? If you solely just want it for yourself, then get it. But if you're getting it as an investment or a possible investment, you can't spend massive amounts of money in the hope that that will increase even more, because who knows? You can't tell. So I'll see you on the next video, and bye for now.